That's 6. Whoop! Now I gotta go climb the fence. Oh, good afternoon, brothers and sisters, family, friends, and all my subs. Sergeant OCD here. I'm in my shop today. I have decided that in lieu of going to the camp, I'm going to go out into the woods tomorrow. Just to get a lay of the land, where the trees are, what's blooming, what's not. It just started getting warm this week, so chances of mushrooms, are probably slim to nil. So we had our eclipse, and we're still here. You know, contrary to what a lot of the watchmen were saying, nothing happened. So I want to go through a little bit of scripture. As you can see, I'm making these ropes, and I'm going to get to that. So Matthew 24, we're going to start out with, and you'll hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not troubled. That's what I tell you, not to be troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. I'm not saying the end of the world. Now, Mark says almost the same thing. But when you hear of the wars and rumors of wars, do not be troubled. Such things must happen. But the end is not yet. Well, pretty much the same thing, right? And then you go over to Luke and take heed that you may not be deceived. For many things... Oh, that's the verse before that. And the other ones say the same thing before that. For many things may come in my name, or many will come in my name, saying, I am he, meaning I'm the Christ. And the time has drawn near. Therefore, do not go after them. Do not follow the Antichrist. But, you know, Luke, with the other two scriptures. But when you hear of wars and commotions, do not be testified, for these things must come to pass first, but the end will not come immediately. So, anyway, I wanted to read that scripture because there's a lot of people taking that stuff out of context and saying the end is near. Okay, for 2,000 years people have been reading that, and the end never happened. So, you should be cautious. You know, they've been saying that the end is coming for a long time. Now, Jesus references to the end of the world with a woman in labor. As she goes further in her pregnancy, the pain into the birth, the pains get intensified, and that's what's happening. You know, the wars. The United States is a mess. They've let all these immigrants in, and some of them could be Chinese. They were standing at attention, I saw. Some of them could be, you know, Islamic terrorists. You don't know. You know, a movie came out called The Civil War, and I think there's going to be something that happens like that. So, that being said, I'm getting my hiking gear together. I had this bag with me when I was in Kentucky, and I basically threw everything out of it. Now, the stuff that's over there is stuff I'm leaving out because I have redundancy here. So, this is my hiking pack, but I want to show you what I'm doing with these. This is my side pack. So, this is my EDC, and as you can see, you know, I have zippers on it, and some of them have these little pull tabs. I got like 4 of them with something from work. Some of them don't have tabs at all. So if you get a little piece, probably 8 inches, cordage, whatever you want to use, you can make your own pull tabs like I did here. So you run it through the hole, right through the hole again, you make a little loop there, and then you run it back through the other way. And I've been meaning to do this for a while. The reason I'm doing this video today is because I'm going to go hiking tomorrow, and I'm going to try to throw some footage in there for hiking. So now I have a pull tab. You know, all my other bags have it, this one didn't, so I'm going to finish this later. So I just want to go over a little bit with the hiking stuff. Now, I'm all about contingency plan with somebody getting hurt. I mean, it's going to happen. So I have a 4-foot schmog that I can use not only for a sling, for whatever. It's netted, so I could use that and make a fishing net. I have a pen and a pencil and a Write in the Rain for notes. I have a mirror for signaling. And here I have bug spray, vinegar, and down in the bottom here I have baking soda. Now I could create vinegar and baking soda and suck out a bee sting. In this pocket back here I have iodine, and I have extra tape there too. I tape all of them. In this pocket I have a knife to cut off my mushrooms, and I have a monocular. These are the things that I keep on my side that I use all the time. Now in here I have a CPR mask, I have a first aid kit, I have a bee sting kit, I have these medicinal plants, these little plant fits, a little quick reference. A lighter's in here, some petroleum jelly with cotton, and here I got a little kit where I have hand sanitizer and lip balm, plus a little bit of fire starting stuff. And then I have a couple of bandanas, some cordage, a pencil sharpener for fine sticks, if you've ever seen me do that, and a candle. Okay, I keep all this stuff with me just in case, you know, I want to be able to start a fire quickly. I want to be able to help somebody that's in need. So like I said, most of my hiking stuff is for other people. Now the bee sting kit, I've needed that before. First aid kit I've used. Somehow I got a cut one time and had no idea how I got it. So that's in that pouch. And then in this I have marking tape so I can mark my way. I took my compass out of here and I put it on a bandolier. And then I have some salve that I made out of yarrow and burdock. It's for cuts and things like that, and blistex. So that's that side pouch, along with a tourniquet that is on the bottom here. And then I can pull this out, and it's got Narcan, blood stop, and some bandages for that. It's just a quick kit in case somebody gets, well, cut really bad. And it's quick release. You can see I'm having a hard time getting it back in, but I can pull it out either side. This goes on the back of my backpack. Now, I've talked to you guys about these toolkits before. First one, it's got first aid stuff, another tourniquet, bandages, things like that. Now I keep this on my packing just in case I get separated from this and this. So it might be redundant, but I like redundant. Here I have a fire kit, matches, vinegar for burns, fire starter, ferrocerium rod. This one, more cordage, multi-tool, a US knife, and then I have another army knife. This one, I have a compass, flashlight, headlamp, and batteries for the headlamp because I don't keep batteries in it because they end up turning on, and then when I need it, I don't have it. And then this last pouch, I have a water purification bag, water tablets, and another iodine. Now, is it too much? Probably. Could I get away with taking some of this stuff out? I could. And I may just do that because it is kind of redundant. I typically use this for stuff I use all the time immediately. I'm going to set these jars. So what I wanted to do is, my haversack is getting heavy because I'm putting all this crap in it. And now that my pack is empty, wet wipes, bug repellent, I could probably take that out too, more salve. I mean, it's very redundant. Hand sanitizer. This is a neat little thing. You soak it and you put it on your neck and it cools your neck. It's probably the only thing, you know, might want to leave in there. Because this is really more of a foraging backpack since I have everything here. And then here I have another Blistex. Probably could take that out. Here I have another lighter, I'll leave that in. I've got a couple of ponchos and emergency blanket. You know, I'll probably leave that stuff in. But that's it. That's all I have in there. So what I want to do is, since I use things like this, this is a basically it's an auger. So we had a issue earlier in the year where we needed this and we didn't have it. So Jesse bought one and I already had one. So I want to put that in. I want to put my axe in, but I want to put probably other stuff in there first. Actually, that could go there. Because ideally, I want this, and I have a fork in there. Also in here, I have safety pins. I think these jars here can go in the bottom here. And I do have a container that's probably in the car that I'm going to put probably attached on the side there. But I want to have these jars, and then I have all my bags. You see, I don't want much in here. But what I do want in here, things like this. One's a little tarp and one's a little sleeping bag. So just in case I have to hunker down. And then there's a poncho. Do that with that. Socks. Definitely want to have socks. I want to have some cotton and cordage. And this is my tarp. So this is the bigger of the two sides. I think I had it in the top at one time. But really, that's all I want to throw in here. Stuff that I don't really need all the time. I put in one pocket, and then stuff that I will need, I put in another. So this is going to go in the tool side. So these bags actually can go in my haversack, since that's when I'll use them. And then I keep tape on me. This is basically putting this thing back together. So one of the other things I found when I hike is I'll use this, but not necessarily use this. So that would be good to throw in there too. And it'll sit right on top, and I'll still be able to zip this. So, and then of course these bags, these mesh bags, will go in my haversack as well. So let me go find that other container, probably in the car, and I'll be right back. So it looks like I had a little problem with my camera. It turned on me. I guess I didn't tighten the mount. Anyway, I have my auger, axe, emergency blanket, which is basically a shelter, reflective shelter. I've got another tarp and a sleeping bag, socks. Here's some tent stakes, some little small ones, so I won't have to cut them up. And they're very, very light. And then I threw my cotton on top. So in my other, you see these tabs, these pull tabs? I'm spoiled. So then my other one, I have my Yeti on top of the glass jars, the mason jars, and then I have a container, cup, and water. So put this on the side, and then all I got to do with this, take it up here, I hook it to this carabiner, and I hook the loops to this carabiner, and then once again the loops to another carabiner. Now I have this knife on the side here. I don't really need it, so it's gone. Now I gotta cut it off. It was supposed to lock all the time, but it's coming loose, and I got to tighten this because it rotates. It just I thought it was cool, and that's about all it is, so I don't need that. And then all this does is hooks right into one of the molly straps, right in there. So that's that. And then now my haversack's very, very light. I got a knife or a machete that I didn't snap, one I lost, found again, and then I've got a saw in here, tree book, emergency rations, a little selfie stick, and then my bag-o bag. And I do have a couple of trash bags in there in case I get too many mushrooms. Now that's also used for cover. So the redundancy I can take out of here. I know I have iodine. I know I have vinegar. I mean, those two, it may not seem like a lot, but it's a lot. And I think the rest of it I already have. I like to keep the Blistex up here and the Yarrow. Oh, I got another one in there, so I could take that out. That's probably in the first aid kit. So I went to my car and got my bandolier. I got a lighter here, got a whistle, beads. My Mora knife is on here. And no, I'm not worried about it being upside down. And then this is my new addition. Put some tape around there to put a That's a poncho, and here's an emergency blanket. But this is the cool part. Compass. So it's kind of straining to reach down and get your compass while you're walking. And then I have a ferrocerium rod and another knife that turns into a saw. Good afternoon, family and friends, brothers and sisters, and all my subs. Well, it's the next day, and we went to go hiking, and the rain and other things that we deal with day to day, the war within, we just didn't have it into us. So Jesse and I started hanging out, and we said, hey, let's go to that Army-Navy store. So I've been looking for a portable stove. $7. So and the reason I've been looking for this is you guys may or may not have seen my alcohol stove before. But I'm gonna fire this puppy up. So what I have in here is matches, and they're the waterproof ones. I got like 5 of these for, I don't know, $10 or whatever, but not today. So I built this little stove thing, and if you've seen me try to deal with it and try to finagle it through all this, it's not very user friendly. But I think I had to go on the outside of that, outside of this, outside of this. We went to a couple of stores that, I tell you what, everything's so expensive. Now I got it upside down. And then this would fit right in here. So yeah, this is a good backup, but it falls apart easy. This thing, it just folds up. And I can throw my alcohol burner in here. Doesn't quite fit. I might have to make a little modification. Oh, wait a minute. It fits good. Just had to get it over those little tabs. And then this is just, I think this is 91 isopropyl alcohol. And it's a, I don't think I need that much. All that is in this burner is a piece of a wood stove, the insulator. I just cut that off, put it in here, and put a fine screen in there. I don't know if you could see that. And I'm dumping alcohol out, but all we got to do is light it. Yeah, I wanted to go mushroom hunting, but the mushrooms are not there. Let's see if this thing fits on here. This is not going to work. No. And my bag, it worked out, but I put all my canteens and stuff in the back. Traded out because I thought that would be better, and it did not work out better because when I put my pack on it was run into my back. So, like I said, I don't plan any of this stuff. I just do it. Now, what is supposed to fit on there? Oh, you know what? I got it upside down. I'm a chucklehead. Yeah. I got it upside down, I think. Well, that will fit much better. So I could save that for another day. Every time you burn one of these, you got to clean it. So get some water in there. So that's why you should have a battle buddy. I'm gonna go ahead and start the clock. Because sometimes you just don't, feel like doing anything and you're not depressed. Well, a lot of times you are depressed and you just feel like hanging out with somebody. That's all we did, You got to recognize when somebody wants to do something and when somebody doesn't want to do anything. When they just can't be alone, so you just hang out and do whatever. Now, I haven't showed this in probably a year or so, but this is my Tomahawk, and I talked to a guy at work, and he said that him and his buddies threw one of these until it busted apart. I'm like, well, I don't want that to happen. So I taped it. Well, it didn't really throw off the balance that much, but I didn't like the tape on there. So you see this little alcohol stove, and this is like 3 ounces, and I didn't put it all in. But anyway, I want to wrap this. I'm going to wrap it up top, and I want to wrap it on the bottom. I'm going to start with 15 feet on the top. See what happens. Let that drop on the ground. Whoa! Fortunately, alcohol stoves, you do not control the heat. But you can burn cordage with it. So yeah, when he told me that, and I don't want this handle to break or come off, I just don't. So I'm going to wrap it from this bolt here, down as far as I can go. So I want to start here. And do a loop down to about here. And then start up here. And now I'm just going to wrap. Yeah, I wanted to have some footage of the outdoors, but I've got this headache. Not sure if it's a stress headache. Nonetheless, it's a headache. And if you've had a stress headache, it's not as bad as a migraine, I hear, but it's still enough. So just like anything else, I'm just going to keep wrapping this. And I'm almost boiling. We're at 3.5 minutes, or 3 minutes 12 seconds. I started with 15 feet of this just to see how far I could wrap this. And I'm going too tight, so I may have to loosen this. But I'm in my shop, I got pliers I can pull it with. Because I will finish these the way you should instead of just leave them dangle like I normally do. It'll make it look cool too. It's got bubbles on the bottom. But yeah, today content's not very strong. I don't expect I'll get a lot of likes on here, but I want to do a video every week. I've been running around with the VA Coalition a lot. Mission 22 started up and getting all that stuff done, and I'm going to spend more time doing admin stuff than outdoor stuff. But I think you guys need to know how to do this, because like I did a knife that had the handle broken because it had a little plastic handle, but it was, you know, again, sentimental to me, you know, the knife. And then you could take your multi-tool and pull. So all I did is finish the wrap here and went through the loop, and hopefully it's not too tight that I can't pull this. And like before, I had to work it down to get it up in there. That's all she wrote. So I'm boiling. I'm at 5 minutes and I'm boiling. Move the camera over here. Sorry about my mess, but my shop's always going to be a mess. I got way too much stuff going on and no time to do it. Between trying to raise funds for Africa, doing stuff for Mission 22, doing stuff for the VA Coalition, the greenhouse takes up a lot of my time. Work, taking care of the house, taking care of vehicles. I don't think I can get that in. Cut a tire on my car, so I gotta go get new tires. You know, these are life things that happen. Alright, I'm not gonna do that there. So to finish it off, bring it over here. All you do is light it. And I have a few lighters that I just don't take out into the field, and they don't have tape on them. Okay. As it burns, just push it down there. It'll adhere to whatever. Same one over here. So when would I use this stove? When I'm out. Now we're rolling boiling. That's a rolling boil, 7 minutes. Let's just say I'm out in a state park and I can't. Sorry about the moving around the camera. I can't start a fire, which there's a lot of them you can't. I can go ahead and use this to boil water. But it is rolling, rolling, rolling. And then my finished product here is I got a wrap on this axe. Now I could use this to do some other work, and you know, when I'm out in the field, but mainly I wrapped it just because I wanted to keep the integrity of the handle. Now I don't know if this will fit through here. I gotta get this thing off of here and try to get this out. So that's burning a lot of stuff off. I don't want to burn my phone. So you don't blow alcohol. You smother alcohol. So I've seen people when they have fire in their grill, they blow on it. You're giving it air. You're giving it one of the things it needs other than fuel. So yeah, I probably shouldn't be breathing these fumes of this, but you gotta break it in, and eventually all the metal, the black, will wear off. But what a nice little compact stove, huh? So as long as I know how to use it. So that goes away. There's hot stuff and there's hot stuff. So you can see that it's steaming. So I'm gonna finish this a little bit. Finish this out. Adjust my camera a little bit. So that was about, 15 feet, 14 feet of cordage. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start here and go all the way down the handle. Just curious if I can get cord through that handle first. I think it'll go through. Yeah, it will. So I'm going to take this piece. It's a throwing axe, so I don't really need to. I was thinking of putting a handle on that, but it's really a throwing axe. So, cordage. Feet, 10 feet. Probably don't need 15, but I'd rather have too much than too little. Yeah, this little alcohol stove is pretty awesome. All right, once again, I'm going to start up here. While that's hot, I'm just going to push it onto that. It ain't going to stay anyway. So, before there, take a loop, go back around. Once again, I would cross over this first one, and then try to keep your loop straight. I think I got that to do. That's fine. Yeah, leave it north. And then, the top started covering, starts cycling. My heating base is here, just you get these no joke. It's important to have everybody that you talk to. And I haven't gone through nearly as much as stuff as he has. But we have a lot of similar things that we've done for us now. I will pick a like we're doing this video every week. I want people to follow me and remain to be sad. I found some tiger stripe BDUs, so I can get rid of the low bar. Not get rid of it, not wear as much. This is all I had all before, and I actually bought these for work, in work pants, in a warehouse, but then they got a job warehouse with a company, so they furnished me right here. Yeah, that's what I want to do. So, got the loop, finish off in the loop, grab pliers, hold this cord, and pull. Yeah, I did have a looser, it's not hard with the ridges and everything, but that's tight. So that's a bit easier to grip, and hopefully it's off balance. It shouldn't let me. You see me throw this up, not bad. I have to go outside. It's not raining yet. Maybe use a hole. What are you doing? Now, keep us talking like this. Anyway, good find that soap day. Good find the fire to use. That's your pants, your pants. What I mean, these are 47, so. Anyway, I'll go outside first. So, I still got it. I need practice. I haven't practiced since last year. But the wrap worked, and I finally got it the way I want it. Oddly enough, this little nub that I put off there kind of gave me a little idea where the end of the handle is, because with the cordage wrap, I can't really feel, but it gave me an idea so I could stick it. These are things that you should train, I always talk about train, and everybody should. and have, you know, all the materials they should, and I use them all the time. Like, I'm getting low on cordage, so I got to order new. Probably in a week or so. Next paycheck, because I just spent $40 on pants. So I have to buy cordage next time. But I just, this world is upside down. I mean, I drove today and I get people not paying attention, looking at their phone. The whole place smells like weed on the roads. The government's not doing anything about anything but want to take our weapons. So be that as it may, make sure you buy a little extra food, a little extra water, save it in jugs. I have a bunch of these laying around that I use around here, but they could be filled up at any moment. You know I know how to collect water. Gasoline, fill up all your gas cans. You know, you should probably have 6. I have 4. Ammo, you know, just for yourself on one mission. I mean, you should probably have 1,000 rounds of 223, 5.56, whatever for your rifle. You know, I know it's heavy, but you're gonna go through it. Actually, I think it's 300 rounds for patrol. That's what I am trying to do. You know, buy a mag here, buy a mag there. I just bought 2 and some ammo, so that's all part of that fun that I try to do. I haven't bought it for 6 months, so I was running out of ammo. But you know, and that wasn't that much. They're $11 a piece. Ammo was $11 a box, and then I got 2 boxes. So just whenever you can. I got a little extra money right now, and I'm trying to stock up. But you don't know what's going to happen, and God's going to be there. He's and you should always trust God. You should not trust the government and what they're going to do, because in my study of end of times, I'm not too sure we are going to be called up before the first half of the tribulation. And I know that making me a mid-tribber, but you know, in the scripture I read earlier, Matthew, Mark, and Luke, it says you know, it says something to the effect of understand, you know, this has got to happen before the big tribulation. And I'm going to need someone to explain that is not the tribulation. So there's only one tribulation that I know of in the Bible. But I'm going to research that a little bit more and get back to you. God bless you all. Take care, and I'll catch you all on the flip side. Hey, train.